today I'm going to let y'all inside a little sneak peek of my business, and I'm going to walk y'all through the 7 things I didn't do to get to 7 figures, because I think people are always talking about like what they do every day, and all that's great. Absolutely. But I also think it's equally important for you to know what I didn't do to get to where I'm at, because a lot of you are in a spot in your business, in your mindset journey, in your strategy, in your fem, and your masculine, and you're trying to figure out what works for you. So I will place a caveat. This is what works for me, Lattice, in charge of Lattice & Co. Like, that's literally who it works for. There may be parts of this that you're like, yes, give it to me, queen. And there might be other parts that you're like, not my vibe. Totally fine. No harm, no foul. Don't judge it. Operate at the frequency that you want to operate at. And anything else you got to say about it, keep it to yourself. But if you love it, great. If you don't love it, that's great too. But I say this all to say, just take what works for you and don't try to copy my exact business model. Like, nobody has the exact same business model. You may have similarities in your business model. I even teach a very specific business model inside of my accelerator program, but we do deviate. We help our clients customize it. So just use this as a foundation and then build yours from there. Okay. I'm going to give y'all a list of the 7 things I didn't do. And then if you have any questions, you can DM me on Instagram. Like, I am in my DMs. My team's in there too. But if you have a specific question for me, just say that and then I'll hop in. Okay, so let's talk about the first thing I didn't do to hit 7 figures. Number 1, I didn't sell a million offers, okay? And I'm going to talk about what is changing with this, but to hit my first 7 figures in my business and to be on our journey here, I didn't sell a million offers. So for me, my business model and freedom was really important to me, and I didn't chase the shiny objects. I didn't chase like moments I wanted to. I wanted to be a little squirrel, but I decided that I was not going to do that. I was going to stick to the waters and the what's the song, TLC? Yeah, I saw them in concert too last year. You know what I'm talking about. Like, I stuck to the creeks and the lakes and the waters that I knew, period. So I work with my private clients typically in 3 or 6 month increments. So I have, like I said, any amount of those between 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 at any given time. And then from there, like 80% of our revenue for our business comes from our main group coaching program. So currently it's called the Group Coaching Accelerator. I'll talk to you about what's changing here in a second, but that's mostly what our revenue has been from the last 4 years. Like, the bulk of our revenue is our group program. And then we've had a couple of self-study courses, but primarily one, which is our Leads on Autopilot self-study course that helps people generate leads on autopilot. Coaches, course creators, service providers, even brick and mortar. Like, basically, if you need leads and you want to learn how to run ads quickly, that's the course for you. If you want to check it out, it's in the description box. But it's really like you can get your ads up in like 2 hours. It's so simple. And yeah, so our revenue comes from that as well. So those are the 3 main offers that we have in our business. And I don't advertise my private coaching. Rarely. I will mention it. People always just come to me. So the group program is on a funnel, self-study is on a funnel, and bada bing, bada bing. The great thing about the way I've ran my business is that it's allowed monthly reoccurring revenue to come into the business. So with our group program, now it's not necessarily long-term reoccurring revenue, but we have 3-pay and a 6-pay option for that program. So we have those flexible options. So over the course of 6 months, I can project out, okay, if a client pays me XYZ, right, then I know over the next 6 months, we're going to be bringing in this amount of revenue. Okay. And there's a break-even profit line. And it's not the first month. Okay. So, it's usually for us, it's around like month 3, just depends. Sometimes month 4. So yeah, but that's really important. Monthly recurring revenue and projections allows you to make decisions in your business because you have money coming in. If you don't have any money coming in, you're starting from 0 every month, and that's just not the vibe. Okay. So MRR is the acronym MRR, but it's monthly reoccurring revenue, which has allowed me to scale the business and make other investments outside of my coaching business, because here's what the F I'm not here for, is to only be relying on one income. Okay, period. So for me, it's a legacy play. It's a wealth play. It's the same thing I teach my clients. Like, build your business and bring you a lot of cash flow, serve, of course, and then reinvest that to whatever feels good for you. So real estate may sound so boring. Don't do it. Invest in stocks or invest in other small, boring businesses. Like, there's so many ways you can invest It doesn't have to just be one way, but pick another vehicle outside of your business. And obviously the biggest vehicle is you investing in yourself, and then pick something else outside of you, like the 7-figure upgrade way. That woman invests in other things outside of her business, period. Okay. So it's a legacy play. It's about generational wealth. It's about living in overflow and being able to diversify your income streams. Okay. Now I will tell you what's changing as we get to multiple 7, run rate multiple 7 and multiple 7 cash years, is we have added in our digital product shop, which our goal is to really grow that this year. Our goal is first to get our email list to 100,000 subscribers active for our newsletter business, and our email list, 100,000. We're active right around 7 to 8 right now. At peak, we're at 15, but we scrubbed our list over the last year or whatever. So we got a ways to go, but we got a game plan in place. So we're going to grow our revenue by growing our email list. We're using ads for that, period. You already know the T. We're using ads for that. And I've dabbled in a little TikTok, but mostly ads, 99% is going to be ads, paid ads, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And then to some sort of lead magnet, whether it's our mini course or our toolkit, whatever. And then we're going to be selling to our email list our digital product shop. So we're going to offset our ad spend and then sell our digital product shop so we can have profit up front on acquiring those leads and those email subscribers. And then from there, we're going to upsell people into our high ticket program. So we have our 7-figure upgrade program, which at the time of this, it's not out yet, but it is on its way. That's our full wealthy embodiment 7-figure earner. That's that program. It's all about mindset, embodiment, lifestyle, how to think, act, and become a 7-figure earner before you're even there yet. So that's that program. That's a mindset-based program, universal laws, all that. And then we have our accelerator program, which is our strategy. So really how to actually put the tangible mechanics and strategy behind the beliefs, because the belief happens first, then the strategy. Okay, so we are introducing a new high ticket offer in the next couple, 1 to 2 months. That offer, probably sooner, will be coming out. So stay tuned to that for the wait list, because it will be a launch initially, and then the wait list I think does come out in a month, and then from there we're going to evergreen it. So if you want to get in at the lowest investment ever, get in on the launch. Okay, so we will share more details in upcoming episodes how to get on the wait list. But yeah, that's really the biggest thing that's changing about our business model is we're adding in a second high ticket program because, right, I have other passions outside of just strategy. I'm really good at it. And I also am really obsessed with manifestation and mindset. So I'm creating a second program for that. And that's where the 7-figure upgrade brand comes from. Okay. So that's the one thing changing in our digital product shop. Cool. So that's the first thing. I didn't sell 1 million offers. I won't be selling 1 million offers. I'll be selling, yes, we have digital products, but when I think of an offer, I'm thinking about something that's signature, flagship, you're known for. We'll be known for our shop, and yes, there's micro products in the shop, but all those micro products for the most part are extracted from our high ticket programs, period. Okay. So that's that, the legacy play with offers. Okay. I didn't sell 1 million offers. You don't need to. The second thing, when we think about what I didn't do is from a marketing standpoint, I didn't post long form content every day. I didn't do big launches, and I don't do sales calls. I don't do sales calls. Do not ask me. I will not get on one. I will kick and scream. I'm not doing it. Just kidding. I won't kick and scream. It'll just be hey, I don't do them. We don't do them. That's just not a part of our business. That's not how we operate our business. And that's great. So for me, I knew early on that I wanted to focus on attracting clients instead of chasing them. So that was me really embodying the belief that, A, somebody didn't need to speak to me on the phone every day. B, or my team for that matter. B, it doesn't matter the price point, whether it's my $1,000 or $2,000 courses or $37 digital products or my $100,000 one-on-one coaching. It does not matter. Any price point in between. I don't need to sell on a sales call. The person and the woman that I work with, she's ready. She doesn't need a doors closed date. She doesn't need these big launches. Sure, we will be doing more live trainings and workshops coming up because I just love teaching, but I'm not calling it a live launch. It'll be an enrollment period. It's just it's just more attention on our programs, but they're always evergreen. They're always running, and the bulk of our revenue comes for evergreen sales. Okay. But I also embodied the belief that like I didn't need to sell on a call through like a big launch and make this big extravaganza out of it. I also, although it is a big deal, I don't have to act as if it's a big deal because I know innately it is, period. And anybody that comes into my energy knows that too. And the last thing too is like, I don't have the belief that it takes somebody 17 times or 27 times to view my content to decide that they need to work with me. So that's where my marketing came into, right? Ads, funnels, enrollment events, periods, whatever. Like those are, we've done those in the past and we've taken a break, a good like year and a half break on those consistently. And like, we're bringing them back, but like, I don't call that a live launch. It's not, right? We're going to send a couple emails. I'll do like basically a podcast every day, record it probably for the podcast. And it's just an enrollment period. Right. And I work with women that are all in on their destiny. They don't need to think about it. They don't play with their goals. Like they're all in, period. So she is the woman that says, I'm in, send me the link. And those are the types of women that I work with. And she means it. She doesn't second guess herself and she means it. And you just may not be there yet for one of our higher level programs. That's why we have the shop. So you can go get a taste, get an appetizer, podcast, videos, enrollment period events, Facebook group. Like we're everywhere. So you will know when the time is ready for you. But I don't have a belief that it takes you a million times to do that. Okay. And you shouldn't either for your clients. Because if you know your work is good, that's all you need to know. And you show up in that energy every single day. So to recap that, I didn't post long form content every day. I didn't do live launches, don't do them. And then I don't do sales calls to market my business. I automate my marketing with ads, funnels, and I let people find me. That's what I do, right? So my core content is automated and then we go from the rest. Okay. The third thing I didn't do is have a private coach or the containers that I'm in. Like I don't rely on them. I leverage them, but I don't rely on them, right? I don't ask them a million questions. I don't, not review the material, like, because most of my coaches give some type of material. I review the material, then I ask specific questions. I'm not bogging their Voxer or their Slack down or their Facebook group down asking questions that like are already answered, because the 7-figure woman, right, multiple 7-figure woman doesn't do that. So why, like, I'm never going to operate in that energy. I never have, I never will, right? I'll ask questions, right? But I know that the answers are within me. Their job is to just help guide that out of me, okay? So for me, I take action daily. I rest daily. I bask daily, and I get the support that I need. And I lead my life. My mentors don't. They help me guide it. I lead my life, though, and I show up every day like that, okay? So I didn't need a one-to-one coach, and I didn't need to constantly ask questions in the containers that I'm in, okay? I have tons of coaches, right? And I say one-to-one business coach. I did have a one-to-one life coach at one point in the last 6 months to a year. But outside of that, I mean, there's a time and a place for one-to-one. I just don't need it right now, right? I love masterminds and group containers. They're great. Okay, so cool. The fourth thing I didn't do was like fake it till I make it. You guys hear me say this all the time. Like, I am not going to pretend, right? I also decided imposter syndrome wasn't for me, point blank, period. And when I make investment decisions for my business, for myself, for my life, like I make it from a place of being empowered. I've done my research. I know this person is for me, or that person is for me, or that program, whatever. And I didn't try to like fit in. I don't go to like the clickiest masterminds or whatever. I don't do that. If I am attracted to that person, they happen to have a big audience, or they happen to have like a very strong brand and a lot of people are attracted to it and I feel attracted to it, great, right? There's a new mentor I'm looking at right now, feeling the vibes, right? And I already know she's the mentor for me, like my next level, right? It's a big investment, right? It's a 6-figure investment, but I'm ready. I'm stepping into that embodiment and being ready for it and just getting, making that decision internally so I can now make that decision outwards. But I'm not going to fake it till I make it. I'm not going to pretend, like I'm not going to sit here and be like, well, because she only has 30,000 followers, I'm not going to work with her. I'm going to work with the coach that has 100. I can tell you guys how many times I've talked to coaches in the past where they literally chose a coach because of how many followers that they have or how much money that they say they make. Okay, like I'm all about it. Like I'm all about making wealth. Hell, my podcast is called the 7-Figure Upgrade. I'm all about it. But what I'm not going to do is work with somebody simply because of how much money they made or because of their, because they're posing in front of a G-Wagon. Like if there's context and there's substance to what I want and I feel deeply called, then I will buy. Period. Now, obviously, yes, branding and things play a part, but that's not my sole reason for making a decision. So, yeah, I don't care about fitting in. I care about helping women make wealth without having to settle. That's what I care about. And if it doesn't fit in that mission, I don't want it. And I'm firm on that. I don't want it. If it doesn't fit in that mission, because my work, the material that I teach is my life's work, I don't want it. And I can boldly, honestly say that, and a lot of people can't. So, fourth thing I didn't do is fake it till I make it. I felt it until I made it, and I took courage and action, asked for help, and I showed up and did the damn thing every day, and still do every day. Okay, the fifth thing is, and this may be controversial. It's not. I didn't say I can't afford it. Like, at the time when I invested in my life coach, it was like $25K. It was not, was it the biggest? Yeah, that was the biggest single investment I had made. Like, I've worked with coaches multiple times and have paid whatever, but like the single biggest investment, I didn't say I can't afford it. I asked I told the universe, told God, I want to make this investment. Show me how we're going to do it. And we did it, right? I always make and have always have, like, as long as I've been growing my business, for the most part I can speak to, right, is making decisions from a place of, if money wasn't an issue or a concern, what decision would I make? And I always lead with a decision that I want to make. And I stopped letting money lead me. I led it. Because here's the thing, money is never the problem, right? It never is the problem. It never has been the issue. When I got my Range Rover, I told you guys that story. Maybe on this last episode or the upcoming one. But you guys know I got my Range Rover. I got it. Got my first class plane ticket last year. Bought it. Invested that $25K in the life coach. Got it. Right? No questions asked. I didn't second guess. I just did it. Right? And I invested unapologetically, and the universe rewarded me 100 times back. Okay, so when I think about the wealthy woman that I am, and the more wealthy woman that I want to continue to be, what does she do? What decisions does she make? She doesn't sit around being like, penny pitching. She doesn't do that. She makes a decision, she acts on it, she stands on her decisions because she's acting in the best interest of her success, her health, her wealth, her happiness, her fulfillment, and her joy, because that's real love. Okay? So I don't say I can't afford it. I always figure it out. If I want it, I'll figure it out. The sixth thing I didn't do is I didn't take clients I didn't want to work with. Period. I don't work with people I don't want to work with, right? I look for red flags in people. If their first question is, how much money can I make back? What's the ROI? I need to talk to all of your clients. Like, you don't. You're not going to. My clients are busy. You can find them on social media. They're everywhere, right? Like, all the things. There's plenty available for you. There's plenty of results to show you. I know my work ethic. I don't know yours, right? So especially when I'm working with clients in my higher level container, I will have a conversation with those people through the DMs, not on the phone. But here's the thing, like, the woman that I work with is at a stage of where she's confident in her abilities and knows what the gap is. And she knows that she's sure of herself. I had somebody, and it's a teaching moment, I had somebody DM me, and when I made this post on Instagram last week, she was like, y'all business coaches are out of hand. I was like, okay. And then she said, in regards to this, she said, what did she say? She said, y'all business coaches are out of hand, and if she was sure of herself, she wouldn't need you as a business coach. Okay, that's your belief. That's not my belief, but okay. And, you know, it didn't trigger me or anything. I just was like, wow, that's the frequency that that person's operating on. Okay. And I released it, you know, and that shows everything about her and nothing about me. That's the frequency that she's operating on. If you're sure of yourself, that means you don't need any mentorship. That just shows that there's probably some growth that she still needs to do. But I'm not one to judge. Like, that's her life, not mine. My belief, my full body belief, is that every stage of life, you need mentorship. Okay, like, look at Michael Jordan. My opinion, greatest basketball player of all time. Don't fight me. Right? Serena Williams, right? Greatest tennis player of all time. She pays her coach $1 million a year to coach her. She's damn sure of herself, and she still has a coach. So that's the difference, you guys. You can be sure of yourself, right? I'm a very sure of myself person, but there's things in my life like I need mentorship in. I'm sure that I need the support. I'm sure that I need the help. I'm sure that I want to grow. I don't know how to get there. That's your job, my mentor, not mine, right? I'm going to take the action, but my job isn't to worry about how I'm going to do it. That's my mentor's job. They're going to help me figure out the how. I just need to show up and decide, right? So that's the difference in mindsets, as you guys can see. So I say all this to say, like, I only work with women that are in that energy. If you're not in that energy, I'm not the coach for you yet. Go work with somebody that can help you get into that energy, but it's not me yet. And that's okay. I'm so confident in the woman that I work with and who she is and what she does and like all those things that I don't have to toggle back and forth. Well, I just need some money, so I'm going to work with this. No, I'm good. Right? Like, integrity also means saying no. All money isn't good money and all money isn't your money. Right? Money flows through God, through people to you. So that person's money may not be your money. It's okay. You're not called to serve that person, but you have to put that in place. Every dollar that comes in front of our face isn't the dollar for us, right? And I'm not looking at people like dollar signs. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that, like, I've seen people make the mistake just for the money, and it bites them in the ass every damn time. So because you will make way more money serving the people that you're meant to serve versus just serving people because they have a pulse. That's not the way I operate my business. I do not work with clients I don't want to. It's not because I don't love them. I love them from a distance. I love on them. I point them to where they can go. But I may not be that path for them right now. And I'm so confident and sure of myself. And that is the vibe for me in my business. Okay? Cool. The last thing that I didn't do is I didn't love other people more than I love myself. Early on in my business, I absolutely did. But now I don't do that. I don't put other people before me. I don't. Because every time I've done that, I've self-sacrificed myself so bad. And it just, right? And I'll tell you guys this story, and I'll be very honest. Like, I had somebody that was very close to me tell me, why do you need to make so much money? This is right after my first 100K cash month, November 2021. And I was like, wow. You're operating on a level of you don't understand. And this person, I had given so much opportunity for them to raise their consciousness and their vibe and like get to a place where we could co-create together in the relationship that we were in. And it didn't work. That person wasn't ready for that. And what I wasn't going to do was allow that energy to take me down. I wasn't. And I had let that energy take me down for months until I just was like, no more. Right? And regardless of where that person was, whether it was jealousy or self-sabotage, whatever, I'm not here to debate that because I don't actually know. I can perceive and I can assume, but I don't actually know because I haven't asked this person. But I chose to remove that person from my energy over time, right? Took some months, but I chose to remove that person out of my energy because that was me loving myself first. And the multiple 7, 8-figure woman loves herself first. And I wasn't going to let anybody gaslight the love out of me because I did it for too long. And I made, in that moment, I decided I would never dim the love I had for myself for another person, even if it made other people uncomfortable. Because that was their problem, not mine. Because if I'm in integrity with my life and integrity with my mission, I get to have it all. And that includes the right people in my life that are supportive and rooting me on always, in all ways. That person couldn't do it. So that person had to go. And yeah, I think that when you're having personal problems in your life, it does affect your business. I wasn't going to get to 7 figures with that person telling me that I was basically not worth making that amount of money. I wasn't going to get there. So I let that person go. And this may have hit a nudge for you. Rightfully so. And there may be some people that you need to reanalyze. I'm not saying cut people off. Like, I see people like, I'm cutting everybody off. Like, okay, calm down, relax, breathe. You might need to cut yourself off for a second. But there has to be a level of like forgiveness and love and approaching people with love. And eventually sometimes that love is not enough for that person, right? Because you love yourself so much. You love yourself more than the BS you're going to put up with. So that means you politely remove yourself from that energy. And that's okay. That's okay. It's hard. It's not easy, but it's okay. Because on your path to 7 figures, 8 figures, whatever, because it's not just about the money, you guys. Y'all know that. It's not just about the money, but it's about who you're becoming and being. And you have to honestly ask yourself the question are you going to tolerate this? Are you going to tolerate it? Probably not. When you reach the 7 figures or the 8, you're not going to tolerate it. So why are you tolerating it now? And that told me everything I needed to. Like, even now I'm still tolerating stuff that I'm removing myself from energy and changing and making different decisions and beliefs. We have to stop tolerating things that no longer serve us. Approach it with love, because love always wins. And that love starts with loving yourself. And that one was really important for me, right? Because you are the woman that deserves it all. I'm the woman that deserves it all. And we are her. I love her. I trust her. I embody her. And she is you. And you are her. You just got to claim her. And that's what, on this journey to hitting 7 figures, like, me not doing all these things allowed me to further get closer to my goals and hit my goals and be the woman that I am today, and the CEO and the person, right? Because at the core, I'm the woman Lattice. That's who I am. And that there's all these parts that make me up. And I'm so grateful that I've put the boundaries and the beliefs and the emotional intelligence in place to be able to create this business that's greater than not even that I could have dreamed of, because I dreamed it, because it's here and it's only getting better. So as you're looking to grow, shift, scale, pivot, whatever in your business, remember that you are in control. Step up to the level that you want to be. Don't let the level control you. You lead it, right? And you get to run your business in a way that you want to, period. Like, you are in full control of how you run and operate your business. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Lead with compassion, lead with love, do what you want, and the magic will happen, right? The 7 figures will be here freaking before you know it. The money will always come. You just have to rise to the occasion. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. Got a sneak peek on how I operate my business and what we're doing and what we've done and how we've made it here. And we're just getting started, honey. We are literally just getting started. So I'm so excited. I hope this was inspiring and helpful. Let me know, what was your favorite, like, what are the things that you're doing in your business now that you don't want to do? Send me a DM on Instagram or tag me in a story. Let me know. And I'd be happy to just cheer you on, because the 7-figure upgrade woman, she doesn't compete. She loves on all women. She celebrates all women, and she appreciates all women. And that is my duty as the leader of this community and this movement, because it's not just a community. It's not just a Facebook group or a podcast. It's a fucking movement, okay? And the woman that has it all creates wealth, and I'm here for every damn part of it, okay? I love y'all, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.